NASCAR driver and team owner and friend of the show, Jordan Anderson, joins us here at Out of the Groove today to talk about his exciting new announcement. He's going Xfinity Series racing this year. How's it going, y'all? Welcome to a very special episode of Out of the Groove. My name is Eric, and today I am joined by Jordan Anderson, NASCAR driver and team owner, as well as John Bommarito from the Bommarito Automotive Group. Guys, it's a huge day of announcements, I'm sure, for y'all, but how's it going? Thanks for being on the show, first and foremost.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Big day for John and I, for sure.
Yes, sir, Eric. Thanks for having us on the show. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your very busy day of, I'm sure, media and all sorts of exciting conversations. Jordan, it's already been a pretty crazy 2021 for you as far as announcements. I haven't said this yet, but congratulations on getting engaged. That's pretty awesome.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Between the proposal, getting that pulled off, and this announcement, it's been a lot of planning, a lot of scheduling, and to finally get it all out there is pretty amazing. A lot to be thankful for, a lot of blessings for sure. It's if the start of 2021 is any sign of what's to come, it's going to be a great year.
Yeah, that for sure. Well, today was a massive announcement. Jordan, you announced it just about an hour before we're recording this. You're going Xfinity Series racing next year full time. You're going to run for the Xfinity Series Rookie of the Year. First question I really have this for both of you, but I'll start with you, Jordan. Why is now the right time for you to make the move into the NASCAR Xfinity Series?
Yeah, a great question. I think if you look at the path that our team has been on, I've been racing in the truck series for 6 years. We've been operating our team and growing it as an organization in the last 3 years. You look at the path that we've been on. When we first started, we had 2 trucks. We had a dually and a gooseneck, and we started out very small, and we ran with what we could. But over the years, we really worked our hardest to build our organization, to build our team, put the right pieces in place. And John has been a great mentor on the business side of things to help me understand and learn the importance of that, and to really grow it and to race within our budget and grow the team as we can. So looking at why is 2021 a good time to do this, we've been very fortunate to have some great corporate partners alongside John and the Bommarito Automotive Group to step up and help us make this happen. But, a few things happened. We had a meeting with Shane Martin from Chevrolet and Richard Childress and Tori Galida and Danny Lawrence, some of the guys from RCR back in December, and looked at where we could acquire some cars from them, where we're going to get motors from ECR. So a lot of what happens in racing is all down to good timing and having the right people in the right place. And a lot of things came together for this to get pulled off for sure. We had actually kicked it around at the start of 2020 and just didn't feel comfortable about making the jump. But we felt like in the timeline of our team and where we were and what we had to work with, that this was a good opportunity, because we want to keep growing this thing for the future. We want to grow our team. We want to grow our presence in the sport. And I know John and his brand does the same thing. I mean, you look at what he's done with our team, you look at what he's done at the Worldwide Technology Raceway right there outside of St. Louis. The vision he has and what he's kind of instilled in our team has been pretty exciting for us and a lot of our other partners. So I think this is a good move for us. We're going to go down to Daytona with some good equipment. We're going to be very realistic about our goals, because we want to build this thing for the future. We want to be here for the long term. We don't want to come in and go out. We want to build a good, solid foundation and be here for many years to come.
Certainly. And that same question to you, John, why is now a good time for Bommarito to be involved with a NASCAR Xfinity Series team?
Well, and Eric, Jordan touched on a lot of the main issues and main goals that we had in mind. But the key with Bommarito Automotive Group and why we're so successful right now is here we're at over 900 team members. And my whole goal, as well as my father's goal when we started this company back 50 years ago, is give everybody the best opportunity to be successful. And that's really when we teamed up with Jordan. I mean, he needed some assets, right? He needed equipment. He needed the resources and the connections to help grow what he had a vision for. And, he runs the company day to day. We work hard on the partnership side, and we have a lot of really key partners in the automotive business right now. Let's face it, the racing industry, the automotive guys are very successful, and there's a reason. I mean, we know how to put teams together. And when you take a Jordan Anderson and a leader like he is, and the family, and we've just really gotten intricate with his whole family. His sister got married this year. He failed to say that one too. She married Austin, another great race car driver. Jordan gets engaged to Larry's daughter. I mean, it's been a great ride. A lot of great things coming up. They're a great family. And I'm learning the sport as well. Very invested in the Worldwide Technology Raceway side. Got a really good strategic partnership there as we grew the IndyCar series and helped them grow that. And then, we really think there's an opportunity for Jordan here in the NASCAR series, move them up to the Xfinity series, and as well, take our strategic partners with us, because they not only sell in the St. Louis market, they sell worldwide. I mean, we've got some partners right now that are really going to see some great wins from being involved in NASCAR and in motorsports. And we can't wait to help be them and make them successful, just like we are at the Bommarito Automotive Group.
Yeah, and the Xfinity series undoubtedly is a slightly larger stage than even what trucks were. And trucks are obviously no slouch. Trucks are super fun, super special. I want to ask you about this now, Jordan. You mentioned Richard Childress being involved. You announced today that you're getting cars from Richard Childress Racing. The engines are coming from ECR. So how did that partnership come together? And can you give fans or viewers at home a little more behind the scenes of how a partnership like that actually works, like behind the scenes?
Yeah, a team like ours, we're only as strong as the people we align ourselves with. And when we first had a meeting up there at the RCR headquarters, that all got set up through Chevrolet, and we've been a Chevrolet team from day one. And that's one of John's best brands out there in St. Louis. Proud to be a Chevrolet team. So Chevrolet was kind of one of the connecting dots that brought us all together through Shane Martin up there, and got to sit down and see where they were. And they had some assets that, like any big team, they build new cars. They're really a factory up there, the way they produce their race cars. And as they're building new cars, we wanted to be that team that was able to come in as they built new cars to buy their older cars. One of the cars is only a year old. So it's stuff that as they build new ones, we want to be the next one in line to acquire those race cars. So they definitely have it down to a science up there. And that was one of the biggest things that we fought with on the truck side was, if you watch the progression of our truck team, I bought an old Turner truck. Then when BKR went out of business, I bought a BKR truck. We had some GMS trucks. So we had kind of a hodgepodge. We had 8 trucks in our inventory at the end of last season, but we had 5 different chassis builds. So we were constantly fighting, how can we take this setup and apply it here? And parts and pieces weren't interchangeable. So that was one thing we really wanted to focus with as we started this team, to really focus on the chassis, equipment, being able to have things that were interchangeable, to kind of have a good support network of where to get our parts and pieces from. And that was really where it all kind of landed. And we had lunch with a lot of those guys up there, with Richard and Danny and Tori Gallat up there. I know John got to meet them. Chuck Wallace from the Bommarito Automotive Group was also there with us. And it was just a natural fit for us, and great to do business with them. And it really was great to kind of have their assistance and help us build a strong foundation, because we do have some good equipment to start off with. It's not going to be easy by any means. We have a lot of work to do here on our end in the shop to prepare these cars and get them ready to go, but they certainly helped us have a good starting point. And we wanted to make that investment because, we wanted to make a good splash, a good solid start. And that was where John was. The idea of the timing of this was, we knew we had to start strong and have a really good foundation. And that was possible through John, and kind of how we navigated through that was putting those pieces together. So learned a lot here in the last month for sure. We've worked back and forth. I think I joked about it on the Sirius radio channel earlier. I think we're on our almost our 10th budget variation right now, making sure that the numbers have to work at the end of the day. And that's one thing between being a driver and team owner I've learned to appreciate, that the numbers have to make sense. And that's, like John said, in the automotive industry, the numbers have to make sense at the end of the day. So we want to operate this team very lean and very smart, and put the right people in the right place and let them do their things. But it's pretty exciting. This is a dream come true. This is a vision turned to reality, no doubt about it. And it's definitely a perfect example of teamwork, of putting the right people together. And I'm excited to see what kind of results will come out of it all.
Well, we saw a render earlier today of the paint scheme, and I have to ask, it looks sharp. I have to ask why the number 31? We got your typical Jordan Anderson 3 there. Is there any specific reason behind the 31, or is that just what was available?
So, it was available. We worked through some different numbers with NASCAR and seeing what was out there. And the consistency from our truck team to the Xfinity team was cool to carry that 3 over. One is an awesome number. I know John likes the single digits, and we tried to find a single digit to work, but we landed on 31 because the one truck was what we were racing when John and Chuck and everybody from the Bommarito Automotive Group stepped up their partnership with us. I still remember to this day, we had gone to Porter's, this restaurant right outside the racetrack there of St. Louis. And that's when we were racing the one truck. And we had this old beat down Ford dually with like 600,000 miles on it. And we were struggling to get from track to track. And that was when John was like, all right, I want to help you out. I want to step up my involvement. He gave us a dually as part of our partnership to make sure we got to and from the racetrack. So we have a lot of special memories with the 3 truck, the 1 truck, and those 2 numbers aligning with each other to be the 31 is a whole new chapter for us, an exciting one. And it's pretty cool to see it, to see the render, to see it actually happen in the truck or the car. I got to learn to say car, no more trucks. The car is getting wrapped on Wednesday. Our Speedway car is coming together really nicely. Our lease motor came in late last week, so it's exciting. We're getting our hauler rewrapped later this month. So we're definitely going, like you see there in John's picture behind him, the red and black are their colors. So, we're going to ditch some of the blue that you guys have seen in the past for more of that black, red, and white. It's definitely a great looking combo, and I think it's going to look good on the track.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. And I want to ask you this, John. It's not too often I get to talk to a major NASCAR partner like this. And so I kind of want to ask you this. The 2021 season is going to look still kind of different at first. It's going to have vibes like 2020 for a bit. It looks like. So how does that affect the way a sponsor looks to take advantage of their existing partnerships, or how does that allow you guys to get creative with what you can do with to connect with fans?
Well, I'll tell you what, and NASCAR is working diligently with us and the team owners. I got to congratulate on them. And we work really, in this particular case, we're working really closely with Axalta as well, some of our team partners, and they really know how to perform and provide an experience for their key partners on track. So again, Axalta is a key partner with ours. They're going to be entertaining and doing a lot of things on that Sunday, that we're going to have access to their equipment on that Friday and Saturday. So, we can follow along that system. We've got to, you got to remember in the auto business, we purchase a lot of paint, Eric. Axalta is a key partner of ours. We got 20 franchises. Jordan stepped in and talked about it a little bit earlier. Chevrolet really stepped up for us. Axalta really stepped up for us. We've got some partners, Worldwide Technology Raceway, their care division, they've stepped up for us. I mean, they're supporting us. We support them on the IndyCar side. They're supporting us on the NASCAR side. Really cool relationship. Easy Care, warranty partner, Community Tire. I mean, these are guys that, they sell, parts and services, not only in the St. Louis region. I mean, of course, I'm their number one client. Of course, I consume a lot of product, right? But outside of my market, they're crushing it as well. And they want to expand their footprint. And we're going to take them on this journey, take them on this ride, and we're going to help them grow their business. And, that's a mantra that Axalta has helped Jordan and I with. We've kind of mirrored that mantra, and it's been working for them. And they've been very, very successful. Let's face it, they sell paint all over the country, many different places. Their footprint and the way they do business and the way they've used motorsports to grow their footprint, they've been a really good strategic partner. And Jordan and I spent a lot of time on the off season communicating with their head of motorsports. And, again, we got to thank the people that have helped us. Eric, knowledge is power. It's not always about money. Jordan is very, very fiscally responsible. And that's the way we run our company. And that's the way that, our employees basically are empowered to make good, strong decisions. And that's why I love watching Jordan and his team. I mean, we give him the assets. He's got a great business mind. And then he empowers his people. And, let's face it, we're learning. We're going to make mistakes this year. But, we're going to be stronger, faster. We're going to have the right equipment. And, Richard Childers and his team, I don't know, Eric, if you spend so much time up there, that's an impressive campus. I mean, you got to see it if you haven't.
It's large. I've seen it from a distance.
I mean, they are serious into motorsports. This is no hobby for them. And they have made and produced a lot of successful teams behind the scenes, and not only in front of the scenes, but behind the scenes. And I got to thank them personally. They've opened their doors to us. They've set us in some very important meetings, allowed us to, share knowledge with them. And then here came Chevrolet right behind them. I mean, I do sell a ton of Chevrolets. I mean, very, very proud of that. and they stepped up. I mean, I do have a lot of other brands. I have the competitive brands in my portfolio. I won't kid you, but Chevrolet was the first one at my door saying, "Hey, we want to help you. We see the Jordan, we see Jordan, we see you, we see what you guys have got to offer, and we want to be part of it, and we want to help lead the charge." So we're excited.
Yeah, important to partner with other brands that are as passionate about what you guys are doing as you are and share a similar vision for sure. Well, it sounds like y'all are on the right track to building a very, very solid foundation. I do want to hit on this, Jordan. You're still going to be running trucks this year as well. It sounds like, at least from what you guys announced, that you're going to be racing some, but you're also going to get some other drivers involved. Do you have any idea what kind of drivers you might be looking for? You probably can't say just yet, but how difficult is that? I'm asking a bunch of questions here, but how difficult is that now to be running a vehicle in two different series at the same time? That's got to be a new challenge for your team.
Yeah, it definitely goes back to putting the right people in the right place. We've got Bruce Cook will lead our truck team out of another shop. Our Xfinity team will be based out of our main shop here in Statesville. And the trucks will be down in Mooresville out of Bruce's shop. He'll oversee our truck program, which was big for me because I know my focus has got to be the Xfinity series, and he was able to kind of come in and help direct that truck program. And I lean on him really hard. So he's done a great job getting that program up and running. So I will be doing double duty at Daytona. So that's going to be pretty exciting. We've got to get about that much further if we want to win a truck race. So, but I think, honestly, with no practice this year, it'll be great to run the truck at Daytona, especially with the Xfinity car. We're going to have a 50-minute practice and qualifying. I'll run the truck race the night before. So just kind of getting back in the rhythm of being in the race car, being the racetrack, I think will sharpen things up. And we will announce some drivers soon. I will be running the Vegas race in the truck as well. We won't have any practice in Vegas either, so I'll be able to run the truck Friday night and prep for the Xfinity race on Saturday. So I think that'll help me really jump right back into the car the next day and be sharp. And it's kind of an opportunity to go race since there's no practice out there. So we've got a couple of different drivers right now consisting of about 12 races that are going to run for us so far. On the truck side, it'll be kind of an interesting story because they have some history with our team in the past. I think it'll be a cool surprise that we're going to be announcing here soon. Two brothers. So some people may be able to put the pieces together. So it's pretty exciting that they're going to be running for us. And they've been a great supporter of our team as both drivers and sponsors in the past. So we'll be looking forward to making that soon. But it definitely is part of the growth of our team. There's one thing that's kind of interesting looking at the jump up from the Xfinity series down from trucks is there's a lot of things that really did carry over for us. We're keeping our same tractor and trailer. We're taking our pit box and garage box up with us. So while there are a lot of differences, on the motor side and on the fuel cell side, there are a lot of small things that we are able to carry over. We kind of had a good, I would say a base built up from our truck team the last several years that it's not like we are starting from scratch. We're not a brand new team coming in. We had a good foundation built up that we're just changing series and changing what kind of cars we're running and how we operate. So that's going to be our, as John said, we're learning, we're kind of working through all this, and it's definitely one of the biggest focus I'd say we're going to work on this year is refining our processes and how we operate as a team to grow bigger and to do things more efficiently. But it's definitely going to be exciting to see it all come together. And, we're going to have some great partners, as John mentioned, that are helping make all this happen. And that's the unique thing about where racing is now is you're definitely seeing a turn on how partnerships live and act within our sport. And you're seeing a huge focus on the business to business model now. You look at a team like JTG has really done well with it, with their Kroger brands and other teams like that. But what John's done with his vendors and other partners is it's given them a unique opportunity to one, do business with a great client that they have in him. But at the same time, they're getting a pretty unique opportunity to have a cool experience at the racetrack, be a part of our great team, and meet other partners and vendors out there as well. So it's a great opportunity, a great way to plug in a lot of great people and companies into our team. And it's just exciting, man. I hadn't stopped smiling since we got it all announced earlier today.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch it grow. My final question, this is for both of you. I'll start with you on this one, John, but what would you consider a successful 2021 season?
Well, here, first and foremost, Jordan is very conscientious of equipment. Okay. So, that's being a team owner and a driver, you have to be conscientious of your equipment. So one, we want to run all 33 races and we want to be competitive. Okay. And, here we are going to have some chance at the front running, our cars are going to be fast. I mean, RCR puts out some great product. Okay. And I've always told Jordan, hey, it's going to be up to you now, because there's going to be no excuses out on that track now, because, this equipment's going to be top notch. But at the same breath, you got to understand, your expectation levels can't be crazy. I mean, in that top 15 to 20 is realistic this first year out. I really see that, and then here, as we move forward and get better at this, I mean, there's some teams, that have been very successful in the Xfinity series that came through the RCR scenario. I mean, look at Colleague right now. Okay. Knocking it out of the park. He's right there on campus, working side by side with them, and they run a great company. They've also helped us along the way, shared us some ideas and parts and pieces with us. So, we look forward to working with teams like that and learning from teams like that and getting better, quicker, faster, in a short period of time. So, I think that's realistic. You asked earlier about the on-track experience. I don't know if I quite answered that a little bit. I see that freeing up over time. The art of that deal is don't overpromise and underdeliver. We've always in the Bommarito Automotive Group underpromised and over-delivered. So, we always reset the expectations of our key sponsors and let them know upfront how that on-track experience is going to be. But at the same breath, we like to race on Saturday and then sell on Monday, right? That's the key. We're gonna deliver that for our strategic partners. That's really our mantra going forward, and of course put Jordan in the best possible place to bring home that checkered flag.
Sounds good. And then Jordan, for you as a driver and a team owner, we've talked on this show plenty of times about that interesting dynamic. But what's a successful 2021 in your opinion?
I think John nailed it on the head, and I said earlier on our Sirius XM radio interview was that we want to be there for every single race this year. We are a new team. We are starting from scratch. We want to make sure we're there at every race and be as competitive as we can. And we are, like I said, we are building this team for the long-term goals. So that's what we're looking at. We want to be there every week. We want to be this same position next year, talking to you about our plans for 2022 and then 23 and then every single year after that. So we want to make sure we're very smart with how we operate this team. We want to operate it very lean, but as competitive as possible. And that's where the dynamic of the driver owner kind of comes in, because the driver in me wants to spend as much as possible. I want to buy all the tires and the best people and all this stuff. And the team owner in me has to draw a line to make sure that we hit our budget and we're smart. Like John said, fiscally smart, and we hit our budget and we're able to make it through the whole year. So we're definitely balancing a lot of different things right now, but I think the situation that we're in, the foundation that we have, we're going to start with 5 cars. They're all complete right now. So it's a great foundation for us. We've got motors coming from ECR. So, realistically, as we sit here to start the year and we build our notebook of notes, and I mean, we are starting fresh on a lot of that. We've got some ideas on where to start, and we've gotten some assistance and help on what direction to go in, but we do know we have to build our own notebook and create our own path to run. So, I look like John said, realistically, we're going to shoot to be in that top 15 to 25, somewhere in that range. And if we can do that week in and week out, that's how we get better. We build a strong foundation. We're there, and we look to improve every single week. And that the way that some of these Xfinity races go with the attrition, and as you well see in the past, I think it was the Pocono race last year where it was like they'd run 2 laps and crash. If we can do and race how we ran our truck program and race smart and be there to take advantage of those kind of races, I think that's how we succeed and get maybe a couple of top 10s throughout the year and really build us a strong foundation to start with. So just the fact that we have the equipment that we have is a great start. And I hope we can really expound on that. And like I said, I keep hounding on it, but I want us to build a strong foundation and put the best people that we can within our team and within our organization and know that if we do those things, that the success will come.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations, gentlemen, again on today's very exciting announcement. Thank you all for your time, for coming on the show and giving us a lot of really interesting insight into the business, to team relationship, sponsor relationship, how this thing is getting up off the ground. That was super interesting. Best of luck this season. We'll see y'all at Daytona.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. And John may have to expound on a story before we go. This whole thing I shared earlier, it started at the Worldwide Technology Raceway Park. And I think we've come a long way from when we first talked to them about sponsorship. They wanted to buy one tire for us. So to go from one tire to they actually bought 2 sets of tires that race to here we are going Xfinity race. And it's been quite a journey, and just so thankful to have him in our corner. And, it's very cool to have someone as passionate about motorsports as John and their whole team are. So it's exciting, and hopefully we'll have him back on your show later this year. We can talk about some of our runs and how the races are going.
Definitely.
That's for sure, Eric. Thanks for your time today. And I got to thank all the team members at the Bommarito Automotive Group. They are very supportive, Jordan. They are so excited about this year and your journey, Jordan. And, Eric, it's always a pleasure watching your show. You're doing a great job. And we look forward to coming on a little bit later and tell you how it's going. And, we look forward to delivering for all of our key sponsors. I didn't get a chance to mention a few of them: Crest Industries today, BG. Guys that have been with us since the start, Jordan. They're texting me, blowing up my phone today just from the announcement. They're so excited. We got a handful, Eric, that are just, really, whether they can hit the track right at the start, that doesn't really matter to them. They just want us to be successful and, want to see, the Jordan Anderson number 31 Bommarito Chevrolet, on that track being competitive.
Very exciting. Yeah. Well, thanks again, guys, for being on the show. We'll do this again very, very soon. We'll see you at Daytona. Have fun pulling a double duty, Jordan. That's going to be busy.
Thanks, Eric. See you later, man.
Take care, Eric.
Thank you guys so much for watching that interview. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to follow both Jordan Anderson and Bommarito on all of their social medias. Those are down in the description below. As always, a huge thank you to my amazing Patreon supporters for continuing to support this show every single month. I greatly appreciate it. Look out for more Out of the Groove episodes later this week. Thanks for watching, y'all. I'll see you in the next video.